Hello, welcome to Save Federal Taxes Legally. I redid this because my meeting was not smooth, so I'm really redo this. I'm going to start off with 3 questions, my story, and a few of my clients, and then open for Q&A. So let's get started. Thank you for coming to this meeting. I want to make sure you have pen and paper and your cell phone in case you want to take a picture. So my first question, do you want to save a legacy for your family, year after year, generation after generation? Please put yes or no into the chat. Question number 2, yes or no. Do you want to save federal taxes year after year, generation after generation? Again, put yes or no into the chat. Hey, if you're not too sure, you can put a question mark because you don't know what I'm going to be talking about just yet. And question number 3, do you know any of these families? The Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Carnegies, the Kennedys. If you have heard of these families, please put yes or no into the chat. What I'm going to teach you today is legal, patented, in the IRS Tax Code 643B, like Bravo. It is the Spendthrift Trust. It comes from England way back when King Henry VIII got in trouble for chopping off his wives' heads. He started the Church of England. Go figure, murder a few ladies and start a church. Hey, whatever. He went to go tax the lords and ladies of England, and they went further back to the Magna Carta to say, no, 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 King Henry VIII, you can't do this. This is contract law that has come from England to the colonies while we were still a colony of Britain. Contract law. The law firm I work on behalf of is a private firm that has inherited a trust that turned 350 years old in 2023. It's legal as legal can be. Now, the full name of the Spendthrift Trust is Irrevocable, Complex, Discretionary, Non-Grantor Spendthrift Trust. Irrevocable, goes from generation to generation. The Rockefellers Trust is called the Office. It's 7 generations old and has almost 400 people under the same EIN, or Employee Identification Number. Irrevocable, complex. This trust can hold money from day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year, decade to decade. 97% of all trusts that are sold every year in the United States are what my mom and dad had and what Susie Orman talks about on PBS television, the family trust. The only thing the family trust does is avoid going through probate, and then it dissolves. It doesn't save you taxes. That's important. Now, so irrevocable, generation after generation, complex, can hold money, discretionary. Whoever is a trustee or trustees can make the rules for the beneficiaries. I am the trustee for my trust. I have no rules, but it's up to the trustees to be able to do that. Number 4, non-grantor. This makes the trust 100% private. Remember about what I talked about with the family trust that Susie Orman talks about? That's a grantor trust. That's why it dissolves. This is a non-grantor trust. When you start the trust for 10 minutes, no more than 10 minutes, someone who's not a beneficiary signs up for the trust, signs away from the trust. You will need their social security number. It's not a speed bump. And they become the settler and the grantor, and then they release themselves. I can do this free of charge for you, or somebody at the law firm can do it free of charge for you. We've done this for thousands of clients. It's not a speed bump. And then the 5th element, a spendthrift trust. This has gone in front of the U.S. Supreme Court on 2 different occasions, and both times the Supreme Court has favored with the spendthrift trust. It's legal. It's patented. It's in the IRS Tax Code. Everything I'm teaching you is as legal can be. Now, the way it's going to save you in 4 very important ways. I want to make sure you know about this. Number 1, certain federal taxes. You're not going to be 100% tax-free, but certain federal taxes. Number 2, it's going to keep your information 100% private. There's a false rumor out there. Your LLC or your S Corp does this. That is not true. I can write a Freedom of Information letter to the Secretary of State or the Corporation Commission and get the information on that LLC. Number 3, my clients who have rental income love this one. I can't stop you from being sued, but you will not pay any judgments because the old adage from Nelson Rockefeller, own nothing, control everything. So if the renter's dog gets loose and bites somebody, they can't come after you, the person, and they can't sell the trust, sue the trust. It's an amazing thing. And number 4, if you don't know about the 2024 Corporate Transparency Act that's coming out January 1st, you should find out about this. I'm going to share my screen real quick just to show you some of the information about this. The 2024 Corporate Transparency Act is part of the Anti-Money Laundering Act of 2020. If you do not file the paperwork, if you're an LLC, if you're doing business as, or if you're a corporation, you will have to file the paperwork. If you're established LLC, doing business as or corporation, you won't have to file the paperwork until January 1st, 2015. You've got more than a year. But if you don't file it, you could either be charged $10,000 or 2 years in jail or both. If you do file it and forgot about that Fiverr person in the Philippines and didn't file the paperwork on that Fiverr person you hired for $5 from the Philippines, and it's done incorrectly, you could be charged $500 a day. Yikes, that could get expensive. Now, this is what's going to happen. All banks and credit unions are going to report any phishing, bank accounts they don't think they think are doing anti-money laundering or doing money laundering to the Financial Crimes Network, a division of the Department of Treasury. The Financial Crimes Network will do the investigation, and if they think it's money laundering and they seize that property and they sell it, that bank or credit union will make at least 35% up to 40% on the sale of the seized property. The banks are in cahoots with the Department of Treasury. Again, if you have any of the Spendthrift Trusts, you don't have to file that paperwork year after year. If you open a new LLC, doing business as or corporation, you have 30 days starting January 1st, 2024 to file all that paperwork. So be warned. If you want more information, you can always email me, info@thetrustisisyou.com. I have 2 different articles to send to you so you can learn more about this before January 1st of 2024. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the trust. There are 4 trusts I talk about. The first one is the the first one is the business trust. The business trust is for U.S. business owners and 1099 income earners. I can legally say they will save at least 70% on their federal taxes year after year, generation after generation. That's before they take deductibles. So many of my clients are way up at 90 to 95% saving federal taxes year after year. I personally saved 92% on my 2002 taxes. Let me share this with you. This is a true client. This happened back in February. I had taken my friend Ingrid. We went door knocking. I was teaching her how to be a real estate investor. We went to our favorite pizzeria. It's a New York style pizzeria. He has fantastic white pizza. That's all I'm going to say. We went in about 2 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, and we sat there and chit-chatted for almost 3 hours, having a great time. She's a good friend. As we were getting up to leave, Roberto, the owner of the pizzeria, asked for my business card. A week later, I met Roberto and his wife, Marianne, at the pizzeria to discuss their taxes. They have 2 pizzerias. They make about $15,000 per month times 12 is $180,000 per year. They file jointly, and their tax rate is at 22%. In the United States, it's a taboo subject to talk about death and taxes. I know this. So it's a little bit confusing, and this is why I'm trying to help as many Americans save federal taxes. There are seven layers between 10% to 37%, 7 different layers for taxes, and 4 ways to file your taxes. Single, head of household, married jointly, or married separately. Roberto and Marianne filed jointly, and they had their 2022 taxes with them. When we looked at them before their deductibles, they paid $30,215 in federal taxes. At 70%, they're going to save over $21,150. And again, when they start taking deductibles, they will get up to 90 to 95%. Roberto said at the meeting, we just want to know the basics. Everything else is going to be icing on the cake. So icing on the cake is what I tell people. Now, when we were sitting there talking, the 2 of the Marianne and Roberto started talking, and when they get the full amount in on their 2024 tax return, they're going to open a 3rd pizzeria, and in 2025 they're going to open a 4th pizzeria. Congratulations to them. They plan to work until 2035. When they retire, they're going to leave 2 pizzerias to 1 child, 2 pizzerias to a 2nd child. The children will inherit the pizzerias, no inheritance tax because they're in the business Spendthrift Trust. and they too will save 1099 income year after year after year. It's an amazing thing. Now, I don't want to give people's information away, but what I'm going to show you are several of my clients who also have the Spendthrift Trust. The real estate agent, just so you understand, she sold a house on August 31st, 2023. She has a business Spendthrift Trust, and on that one house, she's going to save $3,906 in federal taxes. Congratulations to her. She's got 3 more houses on the market right now that she's trying to sell. The business coach, he does group coaching and he does individual coaching. He's going to save over $58,726. I'll be honest, that's including his dividend income and his business coaching, so that number's a little bit high. An Etsy store owner. The Etsy store owner resells earrings. She's got a fantastic store, 3 years old. She's loving that she's going to be saving over $13,000. The franchisee owner has 4 sub shops. He's going to be saving money. The real estate broker has 22 agents under him. He's an EXP real estate agent broker. The Amazon store owner, she has Amazon store selling dog chew toys, doing fantastic there. The gentleman selling commercial lighting, he's going to save money. And the gentleman with the HVAC, who's the HVAC owner, he has bought HVAC company that has several trucks. Again, all these people, I'm not giving first names, but I can give you their information because I want you to save as much money as possible. That's the business trust. The beneficial trust is for all and every investor. I don't care if you're a passive investor, a real estate investor, a crypto investor, stock market investing, dividend investing, day trading, futures trading, binary options, regular options. You have royalties. You're an author, an artist, a songwriter, in an NFT world, or have oil wells. Some of my clients have this. With the beneficial trust, you will no longer pay short-term or long-term capital gains, interest income, rental income, and royalties. It's an amazing thing. I'm going to be honest, my story, so that you have this, back in October of 2018, my oldest nephew got married in Charlotte, North Carolina. My mom and dad drove from Goodyear, Arizona, that's 20 miles west of Phoenix on I-10, to the Charlotte area. They were supposed to be gone for 2 weeks. I was working full-time as a Medicare broker. I worked until 8 o'clock on Friday night, drove myself to the parking spot near Sky Harbor Airport, and flew red-eye to Charlotte. My nephew picked me up from the airport. We went to IHOP because that was a family tradition when you fly in on a red-eye, and then we went to the hospital to see my mom. As we walked into the hospital room, the priest was giving her last rites. My world stopped moving. I knew my mom was sick, but not that sick. She got septic of the blood. She got dehydrated and got septic of the blood. She was on a ventilator for 13 months, in a hospital for 15 months. She got better. Thank God for that. Left the hospital, came back to my brother and sister-in-law's house, took a shower, went to the wedding at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, had a great time. All sorts of family members and people that I hadn't seen in years. Went back on Sunday to see my mom and flew back to Phoenix Sunday afternoon because I had to be at work 6 a.m. on Monday. It was open enrollment for Medicare, and I was working Michigan. Michigan's East Coast time, and then I'm in Phoenix. Not a great time for me. I was going out. My parents stayed in the Charlotte area for almost 9 months. I had a house in Phoenix. I was going out to my parents' house in Goodyear 3 times a week to do the mail. My dad did not plan to be in Charlotte for more than 2 weeks. So it was a big shock with my mom being sick. So the first week of December, a letter that was 27 pages thick was my mother's Medicare statement for the first month in a hospital under Medicare. When I opened it up, it was the pages were folded in half. When I opened it up in big bold black letters, it said $172,000 in a hospital. Thank God my dad was a retired officer. My mom and dad had TRICARE for life. My mom was getting the best care possible. I'm standing in my parents' kitchen, and right then and there, I call my friend Glenn, who had invited me to a real estate meeting August of 2008, and I said, I'm putting things on hold until open enrollment slows down. Call him right in my parents' kitchen. He says, Sally, we're having a Christmas party next Saturday. bring a $5 gift and a dish to eat, and come meet some people. Best decision of my life. I go to the real estate, I go to the meeting, meet a bunch of people, I start real estate investing. In 2019, my mentor, Jay Tannenbaum, taught me how to do notes and bank-owned properties. I was wholesaling them nationwide, doing very well. I wholesaled 7 properties in 2019, working full-time as a Medicare broker. All of a sudden, when I had to do my taxes for 2019 in April of, actually I did the K1s in March, and then did my taxes for April 15th, 2020, I found out I owed so much in short-term capital gains. Hence the title of my podcast, Stop Paying Capital Gains Now. I got on a payment plan with the IRS because no one told me, well, or I didn't know, I'll take full responsibility. I didn't know how hourly, I was a 1099 income earner. I was making money here, and I was making money as a real estate investor, how much it was going to cost me. Fast forward July of 2020, I got another bank-owned property. I'm going to share my screen so I can show it to you again. This is another bank-owned property. I bought the contract for $20,000. It was going to go to auction for $50,000. That spread in between was $30,000. I knew, because I'm on a payment plan with the IRS, I knew that I was going to pay not $30,000. My tax rate was 24%, and I would pay over $7,100 in short-term capital gains on this property. Yikes! That's a lot of money to me. Now remember the date. July of 2020 is in the middle of COVID, and so everything was put on hold until August 28th when the court systems opened again. In my national real estate group, a gentleman, one of the instructors, had written a book about the Rockefellers. I had a paperback copy. I went back and read it and learned about the Rockefellers Trust that is called The Office. If the Rockefellers could save taxes, why can't I? My background, competitive intelligence, business analyst, and then real estate, being an insurance agent, and now real estate investor. I started researching this. I found the private law firm in Texas that has a patent. It's on the Benson Financial Trust patent. It's 72 years old. I became their client and asked if I could start selling on behalf of a law firm. I became certified, thank God. This was in September of 2020. So in July, I bought that house in my LLC. I transferred that house from my LLC in September of 2020 to myself, and then from myself to the trust, and got it notarized and sent it to the attorney in Raleigh. I'm still in Phoenix. This is happening with the attorney in Raleigh because Rocky Mount is an hour east of Raleigh. I purposely got this house because I wanted to come see my mom and write it off on my taxes. I'm a little bit devious. So it didn't go to auction until August 28th of 2021. It started at $50,000 and went all the way up to $64,326. Yay, Sally. I made $44,326 on that first property in the trust. This is the kind of money I was making as a real estate investor. Even more importantly, because it was in the beneficial Spendthrift Trust, this first property, I saved $10,368.24. Yay, Sally. I was so happy. In 3 years, this is September of 2020, I started my trust. And now it's October of 2024. In 3 years, 2023. Oh, I'm going fast. So I started this trust in September of 2020. It's now October of 2023. I have done 29 wholesale deals. I have 12 notes that I'm the paper on the house. People pay me. I have a crypto bot, and I have 3 online businesses. I'm not saying this is typical, but what I have done so far in a little bit more than 3 years is save this much in federal taxes. I am so excited. If I can do this, you can do this. I want you to know this is legal, patented, and in the IRS Tax Code. And if you've got questions, I'm sure you do. I am inviting you to set up a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me. That again, you won't be able to see chat. So it's going to be www.thetrustisisyou.com/scheduling. Set up a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me so we can see how much we can save you in the first year and then year after year. It's an amazing thing. Now, one of the things one of the groups of people I work with are business brokers. Most people do not realize when you sell a business here in the United States, it's going to be what you paid for the business and what you sell for the business, and whatever in between, that's long-term capital gains. When you have long-term capital gains, it's going to be 15% or 20% on your profits. But many people are unaware of this. And this next story, this is a neat story. The son saw a TikTok video. He contacted me back in December on TikTok saying, hey, my mom and dad are selling their 42-year-old family restaurant in Kentucky for $3 million, everything included. The food, the cutlery, the equipment, everything, recipes. I said to the son, talking on TikTok, little messages, I said, I need to get on a Zoom with your dad. He's like, my dad's never been on Zoom. This is going to be funny. So he got his mom and dad on Zoom. His mom had things to do. She knew about getting the trust. I explained to Jim that if they're going to sell the restaurant in March of 2022, they are going to pay, this is March of 2023, $3 million at 15%, April 15th, 2024, they will owe the federal government $460,000. He was in shock. If I'm not an accountant, I work on behalf of a law firm that has trust attorneys. If he's at 20%, he would owe the federal government April 15th, 2024, $600,000. We're talking six figures. That's a lot of money. Of course, he signed up for the trust. He signed up in March. He didn't pay for it until April. And I said to him, I do need to talk to your business broker because he's going to have to change the letter of intent and the contract. He gave me Sam's information. Sam and I got on a Zoom and we talked. And Sam's like, I've never heard of this trust. Tell me more. I said, telling Sam what happens. I do have an affiliate link to give to people. And Sam said the gentleman who's buying the restaurant, it's his 7th restaurant he's buying. All of the money this gentleman is making is 1099 income. Sam told the gentleman about the business Spendthrift Trust. He bought a business Spendthrift Trust. Sam made $600 in a referral fee with this. Sam also went back to all his clients who bought car washes, restaurants, one was a bakery, telling them about saving 1099 income when they're a business owner or 1099 income earners. Sam has sent me at least 7 different clients who bought trust, and Sam has made a benefit on, has made an affiliate marketing on that. Fast forward March 30th, I'm working and I got an unlisted number on my cell phone from Kentucky. Picked it up. It was his wife, Jennifer. She's calling me in happy tears. She knew about the trust. She didn't know they were going to save so much money, 6 figures. She was laughing. They were planning to move to Florida to be near their daughter who has 3 grandchildren. She wants to contact David of My Lottery Dream Home on A&E TV. I've never seen the show, and tell him that they're looking for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo between $460,000 to $600,000, and they're going to call it the Capital Gains House. Again, this is an amazing thing. My clients are saving lots and lots of money. So put in chat, what would you do if you were going to save 4 figures, 5 figures, or 6 figures because of saving federal taxes? Would you pay off your mortgage? Would you buy a new car? Would you take your family on a vacation? What would you do if you got to save this money because you had either the business trust or the beneficial trust? Real quick, the 2 other trusts I'm not going to discuss today is the nonprofit trust if you have a 501(c) company, and the senior trust that if you're over 65 and on Medicare, that's a whole different subject I'm not discussing today. Now, results and benefits. I have to tell you this. Most CPAs and financial advisors have never heard of this trust. Again, 97% of the trusts sold every year is what my parents or Susan Orman talks about, the family trust. It's about $1,000 and it just avoids probate. Does not save you federal taxes, keep your information private, keep you from paying any judgments, and stop you from doing all the paperwork for the 2024 Corporate Transparency Act. The Spendthrift Trust does this. This is not for the regular people. This is for the CPA or for the a financial advisor who's saying, I'm lying. In the United States, there are over 1 million attorneys. Only 4% of the attorneys are trust attorneys. In law school, a textbook that trust attorneys study is called Scott and Asher on Trust, 5th edition. Again, it's a textbook. You personally do not need to read this. It's a textbook trust attorneys study in law school. But this is something for anyone who's thinking about this, that saying, hey, this is a lie, this is not true. I want you to have this. Now, I have an amazing job. I'm helping people save taxes. My clients are opening up another pizzeria. My clients are retiring happy. My clients are starting charities. They're doing amazing things with this. The two biggest complaints I get, I can understand this, time and money. I have to explain to you that the longer you don't get the trust, the more it's going to cost you year after year, generation after generation. This next client, I was teaching a mastermind in my real estate group, my Phoenix real estate group, every Thursday night. This next client sat in at least 3 times on my meeting, and he went 4th time on Super Bowl Sunday, February 7th, 2021, in the evening, instead of watching Tom Brady win his 7th Super Bowl with Tampa Bay. Yes, I'm a football fan. He found the grown daughter about to drive back to LA on I-10. Her car was old. She had to wait till the evening because she didn't have air conditioning. Her father had passed away. It was going to auction March 2nd, 2021. He was able to stop the auction. He was able to pay off the father's 2000 vehicle, give it to the daughter and a little bit of money, and he wholesaled the house for $50,000. Congratulations. He knew his tax rate was 22% and that he would own $11,000 in short-term capital gains April 15th, 2022. He decided, I need to pay off credit cards. I'm not going to get the trust now. So that's what he did. On April 15th, he got a payment plan just like I did that was going to be $960 per month to the IRS. He was retired. He was a real estate investor. He thought he would have more properties, but again, COVID put a wrinkle into things. He started Ubering 6 days a week to pay that $960 fee that he had to the IRS. Not saying this is good or bad, that's his decision, but September of 2022, his wife broke her hip, and he couldn't go out Ubering until one of his grown children came and sat with her while he went to Ubering. He didn't contact me because now that we could do more things, he contacted me. He now has a trust, and since having the trust, he has wholesaled 5 houses. So just think of this. If he has wholesaled 5 houses and made $50,000 on each house, he has saved $55,000 with the beneficial Spendthrift Trust. This is an amazing thing. Again, I'm inviting you to come to a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me. We'll discuss what you're doing. Most of my clients have either business trust or the beneficial trust. I personally have both business and the beneficial trust because I have online businesses and I'm also an investor. But I want to make sure, my promise is I want to help as many U.S. business owners, 1099 income earners, and investors save federal taxes just like myself and my clients are saving. I can't stress this enough. It's legal, patented in the IRS Tax Code 643B. One of the stories I want to tell you about, a gentleman who is a guru, a real estate guru, he is also licensed with the law firm I work with. I'm just going to use initials. His initials are GC. He sells this trust almost 3 times more than what I sell it for to the people who pay him $100,000 a year to be in his mastermind. My name's Sally Gimmon. I don't have the reputation this guru has. Congratulations to him. But my national real estate group, the average person joining my national real estate group is a 56-year-old man who's trying to make some money before he retires at 65. I want to help as many people save as much taxes as possible and make it reasonable. I'm doing well in my real estate. I'm doing well with my 3 businesses. I'm happy about that. I do have another business, www.learnwithsallymarie, that I am getting a nonprofit status for to help you get out of debt. So again, I'm inviting you to come to a 30-minute tax breakthrough session to find out more about this trust. I love that what I'm doing how I'm doing things. I I usually don't talk about this, but I was told by one of my coaches I should put this into the thing. Every time I sell a trust, my mom grew up and my grandfather died December 1939 in Ireland. My mom grew up in Donegal, which is way up north, not in Northern Ireland, but right on the coast. She was the oldest of three sisters. She was 6 years old. She grew up food insecure. I'm tall. My brother's tall. My hands, I can palm a basketball. My mom's fingers were 1.5 inches longer than mine, and she wore size 9 shoes and was only 5'2". My mother was appalled that people in children in the United States go to bed hungry. We're a first world country, and she was appalled that people would do that. So I donate $100 in my mom's name to St. Mary's Food Bank. It's in Phoenix, Arizona. It is the oldest food bank in the entire country and is part of Feeding America. Again, it's in my mother's name because I want to help as many people as possible. I'm lucky I don't need a food bank. Thank God for that. Now, again, because this is being recorded and you don't have a chat, I want to share my screen to talk to you about how to schedule with me. The trustisyou.com/scheduling. The website is www.thetrustisyou.com. And then if you want to be an affiliate, you know people I don't know who would love to save federal taxes year after year, generation after generation. My affiliate link, www.thetrustisyou.com/affiliate. My affiliates, I can either set up a Zoom for your clients. I just did this with a gentleman who is doing his group sells vacations. He's got 9 people under him making good money. He did a team meeting. He asked me to present there. Of the 9 people doing selling these vacations, 6 of them signed up for the trust. 6 of those people, so 6 times 6 is $3,600. He made that money because we did a Zoom that way. Or I can do a 3-way Zoom with you. Or you can just have a link and say, hey, contact Sally. However you want to do this. My goal is to help as many U.S. business owners, people making 1099 income. It could be a real estate agent. It could be a business broker. It could be someone selling cars. It could be an affiliate person, affiliate sales, anything like that. And investors save money legally with the Spendthrift Trust. My name is Sally Gimmon. My website is www.thetrustisyou. I also have another website, www.spendthrifttrustisYou.com too. That's where my clients go over, and that's where my blog is. And then to make an appointment with me. My podcast is Stop Paying Capital Gains Now with an exclamation mark. Please reach out to me if I can help you save federal taxes too, or you just want to learn more. When you set an appointment with me, my big promise to you is I'm going to send you 2 pages of case law. I'm going to send you a copy of the book, What the Billionaires Do, that I read to find out about this trust. If you start working with us, there's an entire team that works with you to transition. If you're in an LLC or an S Corp, to transition into the trust, or if you're doing business as into the trust. This is on the federal level. Your S Corp and your C Corp or your and LLC are on the state level. That's statutory law. I am here to answer any questions. So please set a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me because I can save you money year after year, generation after generation. Thank you for listening to this video. I hope you have a beautiful day. Take care.